Today on Eye on Northwest Politics, an investment in the future of downtown Portland.
Thank you all for coming.
Philanthropist Jordan Schnitzer makes a $10 million gift to Portland State University.
This is great momentum for us.
The boost coming as Portland State eyes a plan to build a new version of what's now Keller Auditorium, and Portland leaders try to revitalize downtown.
And it feels like things have changed.
Today, Portland State University President Ann Cudd and Jordan Schnitzer joined me to talk about Portland, PSU, and the fight for transformational change. Eye on Northwest Politics starts now. Thanks for joining us. This is Eye on Northwest Politics. I'm Ken Boddy. Let's get right to your top political headlines this week. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek signed a bill into law Monday that recriminalizes possession of small amounts of hard drugs. House Bill 4002 reverses Measure 110, which was approved by voters back in 2020. 4002 will give people a choice between being charged and getting treatment if they're caught with drugs like fentanyl and meth. On Wednesday, a second bill signed into law sets new limits for campaign contributions. Generally, that will be $3,300 for statewide candidates and $30,000 from party committees. Those reforms go into effect in 2027. And Governor Kotek announced Wednesday she's taking questions about a new role for the first spouse to the Oregon Ethics Commission. This is in response to a complaint filed with the commission. Amy Kotek Wilson is not an elected official. When she was provided an office, a paid staffer, and security protection, questions arose about how much influence she would have on state policy. The governor says Kotek Wilson brings life experience to the table, including a master's degree in social work and mental health and alcohol issues. And Multnomah County started sending out aid Friday for asylum seekers who were days from ending up on Portland streets. The county announced it is funding shelter for those families for 1 month. It offered tents to those families before it came up with a short-term solution.
I think we all agree that the right answer is not to hand people tents and say, welcome, you can join the population of homeless people on the streets of Portland. That is the wrong answer.
Multnomah County expects to talk with stakeholders about long-term help starting next week. Portland State University got a $10 million gift this week from Portland businessman, philanthropist, and prolific art collector Jordan Schnitzer. $5 million will fund construction of the Schnitzer School of Art, Art History, and Design on the PSU campus, slated to open in 2026. $4 million of the 10 will go towards operations of the existing Jordan Schnitzer Museum of Art at the PSU campus. The last $1 million will pay for new signage, lighting, and outdoor art at PSU. Here to talk about the impact of the gift and what it means for PSU's efforts to help revitalize the city, Portland State University President Ann Cudd and Jordan Schnitzer. Welcome to Eye on Northwest Politics.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Well, President Cudd, what does Jordan's gift mean for Portland State University and its arts programming?
Well, it's a tremendous shot in the arm. First of all, it allows us to match the state funding so that we can complete this beautiful new building, which will be the Schnitzer School of Art, Art History, and Design. And that will be a great enhancement to our offerings for our students. It will allow our students in art and design to come together for the first time in one building, which will be really tremendous. But more importantly, you know, it says that we are a pipeline of talent for art and design, and that we're part of the really wonderful cultural and arts destination that Portland is. It'll also help us to enhance our campus and to enhance programming at the free Jordan Schnitzer Museum of Art, which is a great resource for our city and for the region.
Jordan, why this gift to PSU and why now?
Well, there are 4 points. First is, this gift is being given by the Harold and Arlene Schnitzer Care Foundation, I'm president of, so it's continuing the legacy of my parents, and I'm honored to do that. Second, this is about immigration. Why do I say that? Because behind me is a photo of my father's family in 1939. My grandfather, Sam Schnitzer, came here in 1905 as an immigrant. As all of us in this audience, they came to as immigrants, and the importance of immigration. Second, education. All of my father and his siblings all went to to Lincoln High School, which is next to the site of this new amazing building. They all got educated. They all went to college. So it emphasizes the importance of education so people can not only have a better quality of life, but get the kind of jobs and be creative leaders in the community. And fourth, arts education, which means so much to our family. Why arts education? Not only do many people of the 1,200 students that are part of this program, the biggest one I understand at Portland State, want to be artists, but the majority of them go off into, whether it's Nike, Adidas, whether it's Precision Cast Parts or whatever, but they've learned to think creatively, and there's no better education than the arts. You still have to learn reading, writing, arithmetic on the technical skills, but in terms of how to interpret that wonderful education Portland State offers in other schools and departments, but how to think about those subjects creatively. Those are the kind of leaders we need both in business and in the community.
President Cudd, you were on the governor's task force to find solutions to revitalize Portland. How do you think that Portland State University's commitment to the arts can help bring Portland back?
Yeah, absolutely. I was really honored to be named to that Central City Task Force just weeks after I arrived as the Portland State University president. And the governor, I think, rightly put the president of PSU on that task force because Portland State is so important to downtown Portland. So we are committed to Portland. The fate of Portland State and the fate of Portland is very much intertwined, I believe. And we are really, doubling down on our commitment to being an arts and culture destination and to providing a great arts education for our students. So we're so grateful for the gift from the Schnitzer family and from Jordan.
Jordan, same question from the standpoint of a downtown business owner and one of the top art collectors in the United States. How does the arts help with the situation that we're in right now in the city of Portland?
Well, aside from young people needing a foundation of strong education to, I think, maximize their family growth, jobs, legacy, and so forth, from a sheer economic development standpoint, education is a clean industry. We're getting 1,200 students of all sorts of socioeconomic levels and so forth. 85% of the students at Portland State understand are first-time college attendees, but it's good for the city economically. It gets people on the street active, and that's what we need downtown to help revitalize Portland.
President Cudd, PSU owns about 44 acres of land in the city, making you one of the top landowners in the city, if not the top. How can that be leveraged to help restore Portland to where we all want it to be? Yeah,
well, our urban campus is really a beautiful campus, and the gift will help us to even enhance that. But Jordan's right. What we need is more activity, more vitality, more investment and development. And this investment in this beautiful building, which will be a mass timber building, will start construction already this summer, will be an excellent enhancement to that. I think it will increase foot traffic. It will increase foot traffic to the Jordan Schnitzer Museum of Art, as well as just downtown more generally, and complete a sort of arts corridor all along Broadway and along the South Park blocks.
Jordan, your main offices are on Portland's West End. Are you seeing any improvement on Portland streets in your area over, say, a year ago?
Well, the glass half full says that the city and county have made solid, steady progress. We see far less tents, far less folks on the street that shouldn't be there. The glass half empty is, I called 911 yesterday. I was over in the Pearl District, and there was a guy fighting in the air and screaming and so forth. Whether that man might be a threat to some individual or not, I don't know. But it was frightening. Okay? I mean, I wasn't scared about him, but who knows what he might have done next. So we have a long way to go. And one of the answers of, in essence, taking back downtown is getting people back in the offices and attracting people to come to Portland. And therefore, the arts, education, and culture of the downtown is a key driving force.
Yeah, second part of this program, we'll talk with you just about what's happening with the downtown office situation, yes. which is pretty severe right now. But, I want to go back to President Cudd. Portland State is one of three entities vying to replace what's now Keller Auditorium or renovate it. Keller needs seismic upgrades. It just needs to be redone or replaced. But it is the place where all the Broadway shows come into town and provide quite a bit of revenue for the city with those performances. So what is your proposal for replacing Keller Auditorium in your case? And how do you think that that would help the city's comeback?
Yeah, so we have a really exciting proposal to replace the Keller. It would be at the end of the South Park blocks, well, not the end of the blocks, but the end of the southern part of our campus, where the University Place Hotel is right now, which is a real transportation hub between the 405 and the MAX line and bus lines and so forth. But anyway, we have a 4.25 acre site where we would put an auditorium, 3,000 seat auditorium that would be the city's replacement of the Keller, plus a smaller 1,200 seat auditorium, plus a boutique hotel, a conference space. And we would, so this would be both academic space in the 1,200 seat auditorium and some of the conference space, as well as a space for just the auditorium and the arts. We believe that we could create this new auditorium tuned for all kinds of different shows, including like the new Harry Potter show that's on Broadway, which requires a great deal of new technical kinds of amenities. And that's something that we're really looking forward to the future in terms of the way that our proposal would design the new auditorium. So this would keep it downtown, keep the venue downtown, but also keep the lights on during the construction of the replacement auditorium, so that Broadway shows would continue to come to the Keller Auditorium while we construct the new auditorium. And hopefully we will be watching our premiere in 2030.
And of course, does Jordan's gift help with that process? Does it give you any momentum?
It gives us a great deal of momentum, I think. I think that it says Portland can do big things, and it really sets us up to do a huge thing for Portland.
President Cudd, thank you for joining Eye on Northwest Politics. We appreciate having you here. Jordan, stick around. We're going to talk to you in the second half of the program about that high downtown office vacancy rate and what we need to do in downtown Portland.
Let me suggest one thing. I have friends on both proposals to renovate versus build new.
Yes.
From my experience, renovation, there are always surprises, and it always is compromised compared to new. I haven't taken a personal opinion, but I think this proposal is spectacular. And one big reason is we're taxed pretty heavily in Multnomah County. Portland State has the ability to get state bonds and a higher likely of funding a incredible complex that would further add to the vitality of downtown.
Okay, and the group that is looking to renovate the Keller at its current location, that's called the Halpern Landscape Conservancy. Okay. And all of you will be presenting your proposals to Portland City Council, which will make a final decision, we're told, sometime this summer.
That's right. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back. We'll stay with Jordan Schnitzer here. We'll talk about all that empty office space in downtown Portland and what that means for Portland's future.